Hi guys, welcome back to Fragments of a Simple Life. For every video I make is super simple. Today I'm back with our Martha Stewart Encyclopedia of Crafts. This is a guide of different kinds of crafts, literally in ABC order, by Martha Stewart. I just wanted to say I am not affiliated with Martha Stewart, is not sponsored. I just have an appreciation for her and all her cool crafts. She inspired me to make my wedding flowers by hand out of paper when I got married to my husband, which was 15 years ago this month. So in honor of my wedding and Martha Stewart's crafting inspiration, I'm going to keep going with this book, but I am not affiliated with her in any way. And I had nothing to do with the creation of this book. I just wanted to cover that before we start. You can see lots of post-its from the first time we did this book. These are just the pages that I was interested in, so it's still posted. I do have some new post-its today. I went with green. So if I see something I like, I will put a post-it on it. So that way I can take a picture of the page or like write down instructions or something, maybe take a screenshot of maybe the website that I think goes with it. I don't know. But let's pick up where we left off, which was C for calligraphy. I'm not going to read everything word for word for copyright reasons, but we can go through it and try to get inspired together. Okay, I've never tried calligraphy. It seems awfully difficult. I wouldn't say I have the best handwriting. It kind of depends on my mood, but it says that it's a simplest words and phrases can appear as a waltz across the page. That's cute. All right. So there's calligraphy ink. There's something called is it a gouge? A gouache? I don't know how to say it, guys. It's right there. It's a watercolor paint that you mix. That's interesting. Until it's creamy. Pen holders, nibs, which says fit the pen holder with a nib, also called a tip. Okay. Paper, guide sheets, blotter, and says the blotter paper it's a piece of cloth to have nearby. Rest your pen on it. Oh, okay. See, I know nothing. I just think it's beautiful. Wow. How to. So here's an example of all of the lower casings. It kind of shows you the shapes that you need to make to create lowercase lettering. Interesting. Some of it is a combination of one or two different types of swoops and different thicknesses. And then here we have uppercase A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. And then we have numbers as well. It pretty much is like the prettiest type of handwriting there is, don't you think? Just like so like smooth and perfect. Look at this. They made the front of these little boxes, these little storage containers out of calligraphy. It says markers, embroidery floss, buttons. And here's a project for making invitations or making cards. Beautiful. Look at the script. It looks typed out, right? Use your calligraphy skills for a baby book here. Beautiful. And this looks like a little like announcement for the baby's birth. And then over here, this is a family tree. It says tip. Don't worry if you make a small mistake. If you want to undo any calligraphy, gently scratch it away using a craft knife or razor blade. but don't cut through the paper. Huh. That's cool. It almost looks like like the map when you're buying a concert ticket. It looks like that to me. Like here's the stage, or like here's the stage. Next on the C's is candle making. Poured candles, rolled and cut out candles. Okay, so you need wax and additives, probably for like smells, right? Scents. Molds to get your different shapes. Colorant, which is the dye. You need a wick, or you don't have anything to light. Guess that all kind of makes sense, right? Oh my gosh, stop. Look at the little pine cones. It says create candles in any shade mixing custom colors. The pine cones show off some of the hues that are on the following pages. Really cool. So we have bleached beeswax, natural beeswax, so it's like a beige color. And then I think these are measurements of drops. So we have 10 sunshine yellow mixed with 5 rust brown and 2 brown. It's giving like Thanksgiving Halloween type orange. This one is 3 pink, 3 sunshine yellow, and 3 white. So that's giving like a paler, almost like a melon color. 2 pink, 1 white gives you just kind of standard pink. This one they mixed 6 sunshine yellow with 4 brown and 4 rust brown, and it's giving like dark, rich Christmas red, which is really pretty. 3 violet and 1 true black gives us like periwinkle color. This is just 3 what they're calling Wedgwood blue. I don't know what that means, sorry guys, but it looks like baby blue to me, or like sky blue kind of. This is more like a turquoise. They say it's called 4 Arctic blue. This one, which 100% looks like a chocolate covered pine cone to me. 10 brown, 10 rust brown, and 3 true black. So I bet in person it's even darker than it looks. This pale green is 5 Arctic blue, which is this one, and then 4 sunshine yellow, which is what is in this one, and this one, and this one. Yellow gets used a lot. This color is 2 olive, 1 turquoise, 1 sunshine yellow again, and then half a rust brown. Interesting. So are these drops of color, or is it, I'm just reading really quick. It says, experiment to find colors you love. Keep your own notes about how much colorant you use so you can recreate the results. That's smart. Wow, look at all this. It says tip. Priming the wick or coating it with wax allows it to burn steadily. To do this, simply dip the wick into the melted wax, then let the wax harden and dry. You can tell if you go and buy a candle at a store, you can tell when a brand does that or when they didn't, because the wax will, or the wick will be like bent over if they didn't do it, or it'll be standing like straight up if they did. So here's some basic wax pouring techniques. Right here they're preparing the mold, then turning the mold over and putting a pencil or a skewer stick across the opening so they can pull the wick. Then they're pouring it, and then when it's done, that's what they use the pencil for. So they don't pull the wick out, I guess, of the hardened candle. Ooh, now here we have some supplies. Okay, so see, we can see the greens, the yellows, the browns that were used on those pine cones. Those measurements were used to make this stuff. So we have some pear candles. I don't know. That thing's kind of weird. It's weird because, I'll tell you why it's weird to me. It's not for lighting. Like, you can't light this. Are you lighting these in this little container, like all crooked and stuff? That seems not safe. And so if you're not lighting them, then just use pears, like regular pears. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. This one is turkeys. That's pretty funny. That would be a cute gift. Like if you had like a Friendsgiving or something like that, make the little turkey candles and then everyone gets to take home a little turkey candle. That would be cute. How to make rubber candle molds. That's cool. They made it look like a birch log. And here's the pine cones. See, this is cute. Like if you have like a really rustic Christmas decor, like if that's your style, this is really pretty. I love it. Really cool. Ooh, look at that. A sand candle. Wait, melt and tint beeswax. Combine sand with water until it packs firmly enough to hold an imprint. Set the glass bottle into the sand, packing the sand lightly. What? Grip the bottle firmly and carefully ease it straight up and out. Oh, okay. Got it. So they're packing it nice and tight, sticking the bottle in there to make an imprint in the sand, then pouring the wax straight into the sand. Then when it comes out, it's rough around the outside like the sand. Beach wedding, right? Isn't this like beach wedding all day? Oh my gosh. Look, how cute is that? It literally says if it weren't for the wicks, these candles could be mistaken for a sandcastle. That's really cool. Then here we have little shells that are actual candles and little mini flower pots with a ribbed rim. That's adorable. It says tip, be creative, try small flower pots, shells, sandcastle buckets for molds. Insert tapered objects into the sand with their narrow ends pointing down so the impression remains intact when you remove the object. Wow. Floating candles. Look how cute. They're using a cupcake tray. That's so smart. Gives you like perfectly round candles. I would assume that you should let that be your candle tray and not actually use it for cooking ever again. Cookie cutter candles. Oh my gosh. That is so smart. Really, really cool. Love that. For Christmas, for birthday. Container candles. So we have some lemons. Lemon candles. Wow. Coffee cup candles. I've seen people do this and sell them. It's really cute. Think about it, like you can go to a thrift store and you can find a whole bunch of cups, and then you can go home and make your own candles inside the cups and then sell them. You could probably, spend $3 and then sell it for $15. Easy money. Seashell candles, adorable. Eggshell candles, what the heck? That is adorable. That's pretty cool. Rolled and cut out candles. It says these creations start with sheets of beeswax, not melted wax. So they're a breeze to make. Okay. So it says tip, after rolling a candle, try adding one more layer of wax around the outside in a different color for a pleasing contrast. That looks what they did right here. Like it looks like the inside of both of these is like a white wax, but then they did like a yellowish like cream color and a green on that one. Interesting. Handmade rolled candles. Never heard of it. Oh, cut out candles. It says with a selection of cookie cutters and several beeswax sheets, you can create candles to suit any occasion. Look how cute. Taper with toppers. This project combines two techniques, making rolled candles and making cutout candles. The results have both elegance and whimsy, can be adapted to suit any holiday or motif. This is cool. I don't know if I'll ever do it, but I want to try. It says tip, if you're making multiple candles, run the cutters under hot water to get the buildup off so it doesn't affect the silhouette. And that was it for candles. Next up in the C category, we have clay. Let me scoot that over for you guys. So we have clay, we have sculpting tools, we have clay scissors, and then straight out the gate they have this little project, which is a gift box topper. This is meant to be like a gardenia flower. And they used air dry clay, which kind of makes it easier. Nothing has to go in like a kiln or like be baked or anything. It's air dry clay. So we have here a clay flower headband. It says, be sure all flowers are completely dry before using them in a project. Yes. I think they have to sit out for quite a while. It says, tip. To tint white clay, knead in a few drops of acrylic paint. Until the desired color is reached. Wear gloves to avoid staining your skin. Acrylic paint, that's good to know, you guys. We have a daisy and the instructions for the daisy, which is right here. The rose is over here, and I think I'm saying it right, ranunculus is right here. Pretty flower. How cute is that? Peonies, gardenias, marigolds, and leaves. Right here. Polymer clay trinkets. It says handcrafted objects needn't be grand in scale or complicated in design to be impressive. That's true. It says polymer clay trinkets, and along with beads and buttons, easy enough for a child to mold. It says adult hands might produce more refined stripes and dots, but children's pieces with less than perfect squiggles and crinkles have appeal all their own. Really cool. That's super cute. It looks like some necklaces. What else did they make? Oh, it's giving you techniques. Bullseye. So it's a tube of white in the middle, and then they surrounded it with orange, and you get that bullseye effect. Swirl, kind of the same thing, just more color mixed together, and then stripes. Look at all the buttons. Oh my gosh. Polymer clay buttons. That's adorable. Really cute. Uh-oh, we're into D's. D for decoupage. I have to do this. I love decoupage. So pretty. Okay. Decoupage is an artistic sleight of hand. What appears to be painted design is actually paper glued in place. What looks like lacquer is just a few coats of clear varnish. And what begins as an unremarkable piece of furniture becomes a distinctive design statement. The word découpage derives from the French découper, meaning to cut. I don't know if I said that right, guys. Sorry. But this is paper. Isn't that beautiful? Just paper. So cool. You can get some furniture, water-based sealant and glue, and decoupage artwork. Thin paper is best. That's true. Like instead of using like a photojournalism, like thick, like cardstock paper, it's better to use paper that's thin, like a magazine, or like a children's book, like that kind of paper. Oh, sorry, I bumped my tripod, but it just goes on easier. Wallpaper, inexpensive prints, damaged books. You just need scissors, craft knives, origami paper. Really cool. Oh, I'm excited. Look at that. Wow. What did they use here? Unfinished piece of furniture, paper, or sandpaper, damp cloth, latex paint, paint brushes, baby wipes, and craft paper. It's just paper. Big pieces of paper. Amazing. You know what works great if you're doing something small is the Mod Podge. I don't know if I say that right, but that glue, like it comes in matte, it comes in glossy, it comes in all different finishes. That is decoupage glue for sure. Really, really cool. So she's cutting along the seams to get it perfect on the hinge of the door. So that way it looks like it's wrapping around when the doors are closed and the paper doesn't get in the way. Really pretty. Look at that. So they took all the hardware off, all the little knobs. Then they used a pencil and a ruler to create some templates. They cut off little sections one at a time to get the prints the right size. And then they use masking tape to kind of figure out where they want the images to go and then started applying them. Wow. Really, really cool. I love it. I love it so much. I don't know why. Look. Dog and cat chair back. A whale step stool. Bird dresser decals. And 3 bears clothes hangers. It's all paper. It's so good, you guys. Love it. They used origami patterned paper, darker blue for the underwater section, then lighter striped colors, and they just cut it out. So cute. They used like a little whale template so they would get it right. Ooh, that was it for D. That was surprising. Let me go back. I don't really need help. I understand the basic concept of decoupage and I've actually done it before, but I've never done it on furniture and it makes me want to. I think that'd be so fun. Okay, etched glass. Let's do etched glass as our final one for the day. It says, plain glass surface is functional and smooth, but if you put an etched glass, it can add some drama, some elegance, or even functionality, which is true. Like, it makes everything easier to see, you know what's in it, and it kind of just like looks cool, especially if you're gonna leave them out. You need etching cream. I don't know what that is, but it says it's available at craft stores. It contains an acid that removes a fine layer from the glass, leaving it frosty and white. Oh, wow. And you have to use rubber gloves. That's what it says. And then you need stencils. That's it? Okay. So we have self-adhesive liners for stenciling, craft knife, the etching cream, and then paintbrushes and some paper towels and rubber gloves to protect your hands. I thought it was way more complicated. Ooh, look how sophisticated that is. Now, do I want a monogrammed image in my house of like the first letter of my last name? No, but somebody might, and it looks pretty freaking cool. It looks like they etched a mirror. It says, be sure to apply a smooth, thick layer of etching cream. If it's thin or even, it will give you an inconsistent finish. And then your item will end up at Dollar Tree. Just saying. You can see they're wearing gloves here. And they have a really big stencil. Probably taped down, but I can't tell. And they're definitely going in with a paintbrush and using gloves. Okay, etched glasses and kitchen canisters. This will be cute for like a wedding present for somebody. Like if someone's getting married and if the woman is going to take her husband's last name or vice versa, I'm not judging, whatever their last name's gonna be, like get like a set of like 4 glasses. Oddly enough, Dollar Tree has some pretty good heavy duty glasses. And then get the etching cream and get some letter stencils and make it like personal for them for like, $10. That's crazy. Practice on a jar until you're comfortable with the process. That's a good idea. This is cool. Polka dot windows. Look at that. An etched window which lets light through but provides privacy is the perfect solution for a bathroom that offers no view or faces a neighbor's window. And then it says apothecary jars are etched with the same pattern, only in reverse. It's hard to see, but they have dots on them. The fish looks alive, I'm sure. Fabric flowers. Oh, I don't want to stop, but I think I'm going to, you guys. Let me grab my pink. All right. So next time we do this book, it'll be the letter F, and it'll be fabric flowers. That's where we left off. This looks like, what is this? A cherry blossom, I think. Blooming branches. Cotton flowers or something. I'm not sure. But anyways, if you guys want to see more from me and you want to see more of this book, please let me know. I appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I see you and I read all of your comments and I always write back. So I appreciate all of you. Bye.